Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Bryan County High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the Bryan County News. Presented by Choctaw Casino and Resort, Durant.
Welcome to the 2021 Bryan County High School Sports Awards. I'm Brian Prettyman, Regional Director of Marketing for Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant, where we are proud to be a multi-year presenting sponsor. We are honored to be a part of this community as we acknowledge these young athletes, coaches, and teams who are being recognized for their outstanding accomplishments, both individually and collectively. Enjoy the event. Thank you.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Let's go. My name is Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight, we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the best high school athletes in the area.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? The awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I am ready to start giving some of these kids their hard-earned awards.
Yeah, let's do it. To get started, if you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf.
Yep.
Yeah. It doesn't mean they're any good at it. It doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either, though. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
Four-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the golf awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true. But there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Female Golfer of the Year is Michaela Karunja of Durant High School.
Michaela Karanja won her first ever state championship. Karanja was lone 5A girls golfer to finish under par, winning the event by 3 strokes, and was one of 3 Durant golfers to finish within the top 10. Her victory helped propel the Lions to a team state championship as well, winning by a whopping 16 strokes.
Congratulations, Michaela. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Male Golfer of the Year is Kason Keel of Durant High School.
Kason Keel posted a top 10 finish at the 5A state championship to round out his Durant High School career. The senior carded a 3-day score of 237, pacing a Lions team that finished 8th in 5A, its best finish since 2012. Keel was head and shoulders above the rest of Bryan County throughout the season, earning multiple wins during the regular season and departs as a near-scratch golfer.
Congratulations, Kason.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1 claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles, added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles. 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here, to tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind. You know, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning. But anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Female Tennis Player of the Year is Meyer Rowland of Durant High School.
Maya Rowland competed at the #1 single spot throughout the season. The Lions' top player was competitive at several local tournaments, including the Ardmore Tournament and Shawnee Invitational, and set a great example for the rest of her team.
Congratulations, Maya. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Male Tennis Player of the Year is Neil Gautam.
Neil Gautam guided Durant to the 5A state tournament as its #1 player. Gautam entered May with a 20-7 record and finished 3rd place or better in every tournament. He acquitted himself quite nicely in the 5A #1 singles bracket of the state championship, earning a 5th place finish.
Congratulations, Neil.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross-country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross-Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Mallory Reed of Durant High School.
Mallory Reed had a season that saw the Durant High School sophomore continue to grow on the course. Reed, who qualified for the Class 5A state championship meet as a freshman in 2019, returned this past fall and finished in the top half of the field with a time of 22 minutes and 17.50 seconds.
Congratulations, Mallory. Here are the honorees for the Male Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Alfonso Barraza of Durant High School.
Durant High School senior Alfonso Barrazo recorded the team's best finish in the Class 5A state championship meet, posting a time of 17 minutes and 50.31 seconds. Earlier in the season, Barrazo finished in the top 20 at the 5A 6A East Sand Springs Regional and set a new personal record at the Owasso Invitational.
Congratulations, Alfonso.
Dear Texas, dear Oklahoma, Fort Worth and Uptown, dear Plano, McKinney, and everywhere in between. Here is your getaway. When you're ready to leave the house, our house is open. We're getting back in the action, one jackpot at a time. And little by little, remembering what it feels like to play.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you can say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game, some listen to the same music, some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather. Like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational. Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
And what about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock, then the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken. And legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Layla Dillingham of Durant High School.
Layla Dillingham's best showing came at the Robin Byers meet, winning the 100-meter hurdles, the 300-meter hurdles, the high jump, and long jump. She went on to compete in both regionals and states in the high jump and long jump, setting a height of 5'2" at regionals, the 20th best height in all of Oklahoma.
Congratulations, Layla. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Alfonso Barrazo of Durant High School.
Alfonso Barrazo won the 5A state championship in the 800-meter and also finished top 5 in the 1600-meter. He also owns one of Oklahoma's 10 fastest 800-meter times of the year. He will continue his career collegiately with North Central Texas College.
Congratulations, Alfonso.
It is called the beautiful game. And we're 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world. I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer awards.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Female Soccer Player of the Year is Aaliyah Tomlinson of Durant High School.
Aaliyah Tomlinson was one of the top senior leaders on a Durant High School team that advanced to the 5A state tournament. Tomlinson was one of the team's leading scorers, equally adept as a scorer and a passer. Tomlinson was also clutch, scoring a pair of goals in the Durant win that clinched a playoff spot. She will continue her soccer career at Murray State College.
Congrats, Aaliyah. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Male Soccer Player of the Year is Cannon Springer of Durant High School.
Cannon Springer had a season in which he did a super job defending Durant High School's net. Springer epitomized the Lions' defense-first attitude, as Durant posted 7 shutouts this season, and Springer had a knack for making clutch saves at the right times. In addition to soccer, Springer also wrestled and ran for Durant High School.
Congrats, Cannon.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
You want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
Now, Laurie, you know they say defense wins championships. I know you won't get any argument about that from our next presenter. But even if you did, I'm pretty sure you'd let him win that argument.
Yeah, I'd sure stay out of his way. Also, those people haven't met you. But anyway, here to present the Defensive Football Player of the Year is TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, the youngest in an NFL family dynasty, was drafted in the first round by the Steelers in 2017 and became the first rookie to start at linebacker for the Black and Gold in more than 30 years. He has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections, led the league in sacks in 2020, and is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist.
Hey everybody, it's TJ Watt, giving some much-deserved props to the defenders out there. We all know that the offense is the one everybody likes to talk about and read about during the season. But over the long haul, history looks back kindly on those who defend. Think about it. The heroes of the Alamo, they were defenders. The iconic and beloved lawyer Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, defender. Even one of the early super popular video games back in the 80s was called, you guessed it, Defender. And how would you describe a talented player on the other side of the ball? You call them offensive, like a bad smell or a horrendous outfit, like that uncle who always jokes weirdly at Christmas. So keep doing what you're doing out there on the field. People may go nuts for the quarterbacks today, but they'll always remember you defenders for years to come. Here are your honorees for the Defensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Defensive Football Player of the Year is Caden Young of Caddo High School.
Caden Young, the 175-pound linebacker, made plays all over the field and was named District B4's Defensive Player of the Year for tallying 112 tackles. After guiding Caddo to a league runner-up finish this past season, Young will be the heart of the Bruins defense again as a senior in 2021.
Congratulations, Caden.
A big thanks to TJ Watt for helping us out with the defense. And before we move on to offense, I was thinking, Desmond, if I could get you, TJ, and our next presenter on my flag football team, I could go ahead and just plan the victory dinner before the season even started.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, man, I love to run routes for this guy. His accuracy and creativity as a signal caller make him a receiver's dream.
So more on my flag football team later, but he is one of the best and has certainly carved out a place for his name in the record books. Here to present is legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. One of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the fumble-rooski. So what do you say? We get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron. Here are the honorees for the Offensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Offensive Football Player of the Year is Hunter Spears of Caddo High School.
Junior Hunter Spears averaged more than 8 yards per carry for the Bruins, earning first-team All-District honors as a team that won 4 straight games to open the season for the first time in nearly a decade. Spears, who also plays defensive back, will return next year for a blossoming Caddo team that returns many key contributors from its 2020 roster.
Congratulations, Hunter.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Що може дати вам більше преимущество в конкуренції не думаєте. Here are your honorees for the Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Bryan County Wrestler of the Year is... Corey Hicks of Durant High School.
The top-ranked wrestler in 5A at 160 pounds, Corey Hicks delivered in the state finals to win his first career state championship. The Durant High School junior finished as runner-up in 2020 and was dominant from start to finish this season, going 27-1. In the state championship, he pinned his opponent in less than 45 seconds.
Congratulations, Corey.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, you know, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-round player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
You know, I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents, going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the community.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Chipper Jones here. Let's see who really knocked it out of the park this year. Coming up right after this.
Dear Texas, dear Oklahoma, Fort Worth and Uptown, dear Plano, McKinney, and everywhere in between. Here is your getaway. When you're ready to leave the house, our house is open. We're getting back in the action, one jackpot at a time, and little by little, remembering what it feels like to play.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there is that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Softball Player of the Year is Shaylin Midgley of Silo High School.
Silo High School Shaylin Midgley posted a gaudy stat line this season. The Rebels' reliable cleanup hitter stuffed the scorebook and showed positional versatility, playing several different corner spots. After a loss in the Class 2A semifinals, Midgley will be primed to lead Silo deep into the postseason again next year.
Congratulations, Shaylin.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeath runner scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big locks. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Baseball Player of the Year is Kyler Proctor of Silo High School.
Kyler Proctor had a sophomore season in which he was a core piece of Silo's 4th consecutive 2A state baseball title. He's already considered one of the top recruits in the class of 2023 in Oklahoma and is committed to the University of Oklahoma.
Congratulations, Kyler.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and Bryan County's Female Basketball Player of the Year is Emily Robinson of Caddo High School.
The buzz continues to build around Caddo's Emily Robinson, who emerged this season as a 2023 standout to know for the next 2 years. The Caddo High School phenom won Bryan County All-Tournament MVP honors for the 2nd consecutive season and is widely considered as one of the better scorers across all of 2A basketball.
Congratulations, Emily. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Bryan County Male Basketball Player of the Year is DJ Dill of Caddo High School.
DJ Dill announced his presence with authority this year, earning the top honors in the area after an impressive freshman season. The 6-foot guard earned the coveted Bryan County Tournament MVP honors, helping the Bruins win the tournament.
Congratulations, DJ. Hey, high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around. I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, Please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 3 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play, there really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year. And the Bryan County Team of the Year is Silo High School Baseball Team.
Silo Baseball is Bryan County's Team of the Year after repeating as 2A Oklahoma State champions for the 4th consecutive season. Winning is nothing new for the Silo program or its head coach, Billy Jack Bowen, who set the state's all-time wins record this year when he surpassed the previously held mark of 2,123 wins. But while the Silo program remains the class of 2A baseball, this year's championship was special in its own right. The team returned just 4 upperclassmen in 2021, and many of its key contributors were the reserves or role players in 2019. The last time Silo actually won a state championship because the 2020 season was wiped out due to the pandemic. But while the faces changed, or in this case, grew up, the results stayed the same. Silo went 38-2 this season, led by the likes of Kyler Proctor, Chase Corbin, Easton Ford, Will Farr, and so many more. This spring marked the 9th consecutive season Silo has played for an Oklahoma State championship.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. Now for the Coach of the Year, and the finalists are and the Bryan County Coach of the Year is Billy Jack Bowen of Silo High School.
Billy Jack Bowen became the winningest high school baseball coach in the country this year. And with the way the Silo baseball program is humming, it doesn't seem like he plans on slowing down anytime soon. In late April, Bowen set the national record for wins with win 2,123 in his 36th year as head coach. Bowen's teams have won nearly 85% of their games over that time frame, which now includes 21 state championships after this year's team won the 2A title, its 4th consecutive state championship. Silo won 38 of its 40 games, regularly beating up on opponents by double digits. Bowen's spring numbers are incredible. He's led Silo to 19 consecutive state championship appearances and 10 appearances in the spring state championship. Bowen, who was a 4-year standout during his collegiate playing days at Southeastern Oklahoma State and signed a professional contract with the Atlanta Braves, has won 16 of his 21 state championships at Silo.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
Dear Texas, dear Oklahoma, Fort Worth and Uptown, dear Plano, McKinney, and everywhere in between. Here is your getaway. When you're ready to leave the house, our house is open. We're getting back in the action, one jackpot at a time, and little by little, remembering what it feels like to play.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA Draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Shaylin Midgley, a junior from Silo High School. Emily Robinson, a sophomore from Cadow High School. Aaliyah Tomlinson, a senior from Durant High School.
And the Bryan County Female Athlete of the Year is Shaylin Midgley of Silo High School.
Opposing pitchers in Oklahoma always know where Shaylin Midgley is penciled into Silo High School's starting lineup. Unfortunately for them, knowing she's coming doesn't make it any easier to get her out. The junior slugger was named the Class 2A4 District Player of the Year, leading Silo in nearly every offensive category. Midgley, who can also play third base and the outfield, was a key component of Silo's 2019 2A state championship game, and again played a leading role this season as Silo returned to the state playoffs. Midgley was also a bopper on Silo's well-regarded slow-pitch softball team in the spring, and was also a key reserve on Silo's girls basketball team, which advanced to the 2A state tournament. Off the court, Midgley maintains a 3.9 GPA and is a member of the National Honor Society. She's being courted by several Division I softball programs.
Congratulations, Shaylin.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're going to give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'd say, "Hey, there's Rutledge. Why did you throw Jesus some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, represent for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Chase Corbin, a senior from Silo High School. Corey Hicks, a junior from Durant High School. and Kyler Proctor, a sophomore from Silo High School.
And the Bryan County Male Athlete of the Year is Kyler Proctor of Silo High School.
The next Silo baseball star has officially arrived. Kyler Proctor was an integral part of Silo's fourth consecutive 2A baseball state championship. Proctor started at shortstop for legendary head coach Billy Jack Bowen, batting leadoff for most of the season, while also serving as one of the team's top pitching options. The numbers Proctor compiled were phenomenal. He was a double machine, and it didn't take long for the rest of Silo's bats to drive him in. The sophomore has garnered national accolades too. He currently ranks among the class of 2023's 500 best MLB draft prospects, according to Perfect Game, and is the number 3 overall recruit in the state. Considered an elite defender with an athletic swing and considerable arm strength, Proctor is already committed to the University of Oklahoma and was selected to the Oklahoma State games this summer.
Congratulations, Kyler.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations. Yes. Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be, don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.